Hello and welcome back to the second base camos video. As I did actually say in the intro for that video, there was going to be a lot more camos coming to this game after that video because that was 6 months ago.
What?
And if it wasn't included, it didn't exist. Well, since then, there has been a huge number of camos. I mean, seriously, there's been a few that I've missed from MW2 that you guys suggested me in the comment section. Hell, I even got some suggestions for camos to include inside of the Discord server. And there were some that I actually found myself that I thought were really cool as well. And since then, there's obviously been all the new weapons for MW3 that have come out, and then there's been zombies camos that I never really looked at for the Modern Warfare 2 guns. It's going to be a big video today, guys. I've got 45 camos instead of 35 like the first video. We've got 45 in total that I'm going to be giving you that you can use on your weapon. Now, there's obviously two instances here that's probably going on. One, you're probably an already existing player who already has every mastery camo, or at least some of the mastery camos, and you're working on DLC weapons, and you need a camo to fill in for the time being whilst you're working on your next mastery camo to unlock. If that's you, I've got you covered. There's a bunch of base camos here that actually look super clean, and some of them actually may glow as well for MW3 as well. So you've got a handful of really nice camos that you can use to substitute that space whilst you're waiting to get a mastery camo unlocked on that DLC weapon of yours. But if it's the number 2 and you're a new player and you've never got any mastery camos in any of these games at all, and you just want to have a base camo to put on your gun until you get your first mastery camo, I also have you covered with this video. So generally speaking, this video is going to be split into two. The split is going to be very quick though, because the MW2 multiplayer camos that I didn't include, there's only 5 of them, and they were mostly either suggestions or just stuff that I didn't include at the time that I was trying to cut down just to get the video to 35 of them. But I've actually gone through some of them again. I actually really like them. Yes, they are from Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, but you can do them in MW3 using the Modern Warfare 2 weapons. There's no constriction here, by the way. You don't have to play Modern Warfare 2 to get Modern Warfare 2 camos. Just making that clear to anyone who's really unexperienced with these newer games, because there's a lot of crossing going on and there's content from one game in this game. So just want to make that clear. But the other 40 are all Modern Warfare 3 weapons. And when I say they're all Modern Warfare 3, if it's a Modern Warfare 2 gun, but it's a zombies camo, it does happen to be an MW3 camo because Modern Warfare 2 didn't have zombies in it, and so with Modern Warfare 3 having a zombies mode, they added an MW2 grind for zombies as well. They will be included in the MW3 section, but they are on Modern Warfare 2 weapons, and I will tell you when they are, obviously, if you're not aware of which weapons are MW2 and which ones are MW3. I will make it easy for you, and I will explain which ones are MW2 weapons for zombies, so don't worry about that. But anyway, let's now get into the camos.
Hey, that's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
Okay, so the very first camo we actually have is the Sky Cover camo. Now, this one is earned by getting 15 double kills with the Tempest Razorback. When you actually get it in-game, it's actually very vibrant. There's something about this that I think you would love a lot if you're into simplistic, bold colors, because I personally really like bold, simplistic colors. So this camo, in my opinion, looks really nice. And the fact that it's quite luminous as well in the dark, the pink areas, I think that is super, super cool for a Modern Warfare 2 weapon especially, because Modern Warfare 2 really didn't have glowing camos at all for multiplayer, and if they did, it was very far and few between. Like, glowing camos is definitely a newer kind of instance for Call of Duty with MW3 camos, so I think the fact that this is kind of luminous, it does look really nice. The next camo we have on the list is the Zany Zebra. Now, I didn't really see this, and if I did see it in the first video, I didn't include it because, again, I was trying to get in whichever ones I thought were best at the time, and I wanted to leave this for another video if I really were going to include this. It might have also just been because I didn't really see it, and I'm surprised because it looks really, really good. And I'm pretty sure, actually, this is the opposing camo to the Sky Cover, so this is like the other version of it for a different weapon. So 40 kills with the pickaxe is how you get this, and it's very simple, actually. 40 kills with a pickaxe is very simple for a camo like this that really just pops. Yeah, maybe the colors are not for everyone, but I think the bold colors to this and the fact that it just looks vibrant is definitely worth going for. It won't look gross in the dark, and I think that's a really nice camo, honestly. For the next camo, camo, we have the Snow Tiger. This is another camo that I kind of looked at first and didn't really think anything of it because it looks just kind of like your average Arctic tiger camo, really, with just orange on it. But when you actually get it in game, it's vibrant. The orange is really vibrant and it complements it with the white. And something about that just, I think it looks both fancy, but it also looks really crafty as well. Like, it just has this like splashy, snowy, bold look, and it just looks really clean. So anybody who's again into bold, clean camos, you probably will like some of these MW2 camos. To get this, you got to do 10 double kills with the ISO 9mm. So 10 double kills is actually pretty damn simple, and you'll get that really easily. And if you haven't actually checked out more Modern Warfare 2 camos that I included that are really clean and all that stuff, and as well as other Modern Warfare 3 camos, check out part 1 because that one was really cool as well. There was a lot of really cool camos in there. Check out part 1 if you haven't seen it, and also stay tuned because I will have a part 3 coming very soon with lots, and I mean lots, of glowing camos and really exotic camos. So if you're more into like the glowing, exotic, wacky camos, then wait for part 3 because that will come out within the next few weeks, and it will include all of the more recent weapons that we've had in the past 2-3 seasons with really cool glowing moving base camos. So I think you guys will like that video as well. The next camo on the list is the Rad Reverb. This is earned by getting 40 kills with a Kimbo with the GS Magna. Now the GS Magna, of course, is a pistol that was in Modern Warfare 2 because these are the Modern Warfare 2 camos. And yeah, a Kimbo is very simple. Just select it on your grip, rear grip to be specific to any new players, and all it does is it allows you to carry 2 of the gun. And I think for that, it's actually quite a nice reward. Like, you get this cool looking graffiti camo. It's got like this pink, the green, the blue, and I think it kind of gives me throwbacks to a Black Ops 4 camo actually that looked like it had these pink, blue, and green kind of graffiti styles to it. And I think it just looks super clean, and I think that definitely deserves to be on this list. The next one we have on the list is the Connected Dots. This one is earned by getting 20 point-blank kills with the MX Guardian shotgun. So this is actually something I didn't really include in the first video because I didn't look at it long enough and I didn't think anything of it. But I got a comment actually saying from someone that they've been using this camo in Modern Warfare 3, and it's some Modern Warfare 2 camo that's white and blue and was for the MX Guardian as well. And I was like, holy shit, that's actually a really nice camo because you've not only got the white that's really bold and it just kind of stands out, but you've got the baby blue that also complements it. And I think that together makes a nice combination. Now, arguably, the black dotted pattern can kind of be seen as a bad thing about this camo. It does kind of ruin it, but I don't think it ruins it enough for me personally. I think it still has a lot of boldness to it, and it just looks super clean as well. Okay, so now we are on to the MW3 camos, aka MW3 multiplayer, MW3 zombies, as well as MW2 weapons in zombies. On to the very first one, which is Bottomless Void. This camo, I didn't actually really think it was that cool at first. At first, you'll just think it looks like a little basic starry camo. You know, it's kind of a little bit dull looking. But when you get in game, this thing is awesome. This thing is earned by getting 20 consecutive kills with the Tempest Torrent
in zombies, by the way,
10 times without taking damage. So I believe the Tempest Torrent is an MW2 gun, if I'm not wrong. It's actually very simple. Get the 20 kills without being hit at any point in between that. It doesn't mean you have to do it fast. Consecutive just means in a row. And yeah, it glows. It has this kind of glow-in-the-dark starry feature, and I think that's really, really good. So I think the fact that I missed that in the first video, it definitely has to make a feature here. The next one we have is the
Topo Gassed.
Now, this one is for an MW3 weapon. So in zombies, get 5 kills without releasing the trigger 20 times with the SVA 555. And I think, you know, honestly, it looks basic as fuck in the camo area, but when you actually select this in game, it looks like an ode to Damascus. I feel like this is like a Damascus Modern Warfare 2019 camo, but like a knockoff for the base camos, and it looks super clean. Like, the blue pops out a lot, and there's something about this Topo camo, apart from all the other ones in its camo pack, that just looks so good, especially when you get into the dark and the blue's really standing out. For the next camo, we have a Modern Warfare 2 gun, again for zombies, and this one is to get 250 kills in zombies with fire damage with the Lockwood Mark II. Now, fire damage just means with the napalm burst ammo mod on your weapon, and I think this looks super cool. This is the Toxoid camo, and this again looks very nice. Like, at first it looks a little bit like whatever, you know, it's got some squiggly green lines on it. It doesn't look that crazy, but when you get in game, it really stands out. And I think another really cool thing about this camo as well is that it's kind of a luminous as well in the dark. Like, the green definitely stands out, and it just looks super nice. Like, this camo, I definitely think needs to be included in this video for people who like simplistic camos. For the next camo, camo, we have the Hyper Acid Camo. Now, the Hyper Acid Camo is really nice, actually. It's for the Tempest Razorback, which is a Modern Warfare 2 weapon in zombies. And this shit looks so vibrant. Like, you've got the green, the yellow, and the white. It honestly feels like if someone turned Sprite into a camo. Yes. Like, this thing is so goddamn nice. It's bold, got that complementary patterns, like a tiger pattern. And yeah, again, with this camo, it actually kind of glows in the dark, and it looks super good. So you got to get, in zombies, 20 consecutive kills with a Tempest Razorback 10 times without dying. I think that's worth it. For the next camo, we have the Waterlogged Camo. Now, this, again, is another camo that looks kind of simple, kind of basic, but when you get in game, the colors are definitely popping, and it has this simplistic style as well that I think looks super clean. Like the purple, the green. I think purple and green will always complement one another. They're just really nice. And I think you'll also see that the green slightly, ever so slightly, seems to illuminate in the dark. It could just be because of the darkness allowing the color to pop out more, but I think it looks super nice, especially with the purple on the barrel and all that kind of stuff. And so, yeah, the Waterlogged Camo is earned by getting 5 Mimic kills with the Fennec 45. Of course, the Fennec 45 is a Modern Warfare 2 gun. For the next camo, we have the Brined Entrails. Again, is one of those camos which looks very similar to the previous graffiti style camo that we had, and this is kind of like the opposite color. So this one has kind of got more like teal, it's kind of got a bit more pink and yellowy green, but it looks super nice. Like this thing as well really pops out. Yeah, okay, maybe it's trying to do a lot with like the graffiti patterns maybe, but it's not this really disgusting camo. Like, it looks vibrant, and again, the yellowy green actually kind of illuminates as well. So it's a very nice camo if you're into illumination camos. To get this camo, you have to actually go into zombies and use a Modern Warfare 2 weapon again for the GS Magna, and you've got to get 250 kills with electric damage, which is just using the, I think it's the deadbolt, right? It's that electric one. I don't know if they call it deadbolt or whatever they call it, but it's that one electric ammo mod. So it's very simple. For the next camo, we have Eternal Rest. Now, this one is earned using another Modern Warfare 2 weapon in zombies, and you've got to go into zombies, get 30 Hellhound kills with the SPR 208. I think that is actually not too bad. Like, 30 Hellhounds is super simple, especially because they're just running everywhere. And for the result, you get this really cool looking leaf camo that's both bold, and it also has just style to it. So if you're one of those people who like kind of plants and just bold styled art where it's got a certain feature on it, I think you're going to like this one. And also the leaves, again, are luminous. They actually slightly kind of glow in the dark, and I think that's really nice. Like, for a leaf camo, I was surprised with just how nice this actually looks. For the next camo, we have the Statchy Botcheries camo, and this camo, if you have played Cold War Zombies, you will probably remember a camo looking kind of like this, and at first it looks kind of a bit rusty and a bit weird, but this camo is truly beautiful. I used to use this camo equivalent in Cold War a ton in zombies until I waited to get that gold and the Plague Diamond camo, and I just thought that was super cool that there was a camo in this game that looks just like it. But this one is earned by getting, in zombies, 250 kills with the FJX Imperium, and the FJX Imperium is, of course, a Modern Warfare 2 weapon. For the next camo, we have a camo that has actually sort of been suggested in Discord by one of my members, and it's also something I've seen other YouTubers cover, and at the time, I don't know if I either saw it or I just kind of ignored it and didn't think anything of it, because at first, this camo, the Congealed camo, looks very bad. It's just this basic teal green, kind of slightly pink camo, and it doesn't look like there's anything going on with it. But when you get in game, this puppy glows. I mean, it glows in the dark. This camo is earned by getting 100 kills in zombies on enemies affected by your tactical with the Carrack .300, which, of course, the Carrack .300 is an MW2 sniper rifle, and I think that is crazy. You know, for a lot of these Modern Warfare 2 camos, they ended up adding glow in the dark to their zombies camos, as opposed to their multiplayer camos from back in Modern Warfare 2, which didn't obviously glow, and I think that it makes people want to use Modern Warfare 2's weapons in zombies more than multiplayer, because the zombies camos are better than the multiplayer ones for the most part. So yeah, this one is definitely worth going for. For the next camo, we have the Horrors. Now, this makes for a nice kind of feature because we've got Halloween coming up, and the Horrors camo is earned by getting 15 operator one-shot, 1 kills with the Moors sniper rifle, and I think this thing looks so cool. Like, not only from the menu, it looks really interesting. It's got these kind of ghouly, ghastly face coming off of it, but it's also very vibrant as well. Once you get in the game, there's kind of a shine to it. The colors really stand out and it looks so cool. And another really cool thing about this is it also kind of glows in the dark as well. The green on the ghost face and all that sort of stuff, they really pop out. And I think it just looks awesome. This is a really cool camo, especially if you're into Halloween looking camos. For the next camo, we have Blight Hound. Now, the Blight Hound camo is earned in zombies by getting 250 kills with the Maws while having at least 4 perks active. And this camo, again, it's bold. It looks kind of basic at first, but it stands out in game. This thing is both orange and green. It really is vibrant, and there's something about those kind of little simplistic dog faces on it that I think looks really nice, actually. And I think, yeah, again, this camo will never ever look bad no matter what lighting you're in because it just really pops. For the next camo, we have the Apparition camo. Now, this one is actually just the other one we saw, the Horrors camo, but in the alternate colors. So this one's more purple and teal, and the Apparition camo is earned by getting in zombies 100 kills on enemies affected by your tactical with the Maws, and it looks super, super good, this one. I mean, seriously, the purple really stands out here. It really shines, especially in the right lighting, and the teal makes for a really beautiful combination with it. And again, the teal glows in the dark, so I don't know how you can go wrong with this camo. It just looks fantastic. For the next camo, we have the Electro Torrent. This is earned by getting 15 operator headshot kills with the BAL 27. And again, in the first part of the menu, it looks a little bit meshy and a bit gross, but you'd be surprised by just how vivid this camo is in game, especially in the dark. This thing glows. I mean, it glows real bright, this camo, and I just think it looks fantastic. I mean, look at the green on that. It looks beautiful. It is such a nice camo. So honestly, I think the Electro Torrent is definitely a camo you will want to go for if you like glow in the dark camos. For the next camo, we have the Ghostware camo. So for the Ghostware camo, you're kind of looking at something that looks a little bit, you know, the same. Doesn't look like that crazy, but when you get in game, once again, it is like the other camo. Very purple, very orange, and once you get in the dark, again, this thing glows an awful lot. So this is essentially the sister or brother camo to the one we just looked at, and it looks super nice as well. Again, the orange really gives me like jack-o'-lantern vibes, you know, like Halloween kind of vibes. Really nice, and I think the purple and pink really complements the orange, personally. To get the Ghostware camo, you've got to go into zombies and get 250 kills while in tac stance with the BAL 27. And tac stance, for anyone who's new to this game, it just means that one button that turns your gun on a tilt whilst you're ADS'd, so that's all that means. And now on to the 20th camo of the video, we have the Harbinger or Harbinger camo. This again looks kind of basic, looks kind of like your average skull camo with like some goofy skull faces on it, but when you get in game, this thing is bold. I mean, the graphic art on this is amazing. Like, it just looks so cool. The skeleton faces, the colors. If you're someone who likes bold graphical art camos, you're gonna love this, and you're also gonna love it if you like glow in the dark camos, because again, this does glow in the dark. Most parts of this camo glow to some degree, but it's mainly the teal skulls that seem to glow the most. And to get the Harbinger camo, you've actually got to go into zombies and get 250 kills with the Ram 7. For the next camo, we have yet again another skull camo, and this one is the Vehement Rage. And the Vehement Rage, again, looks kind of basic in the menu. Doesn't look like anything crazy, just looks like a teal camo with skulls on it. But when you get in game, this again is so vibrant. The skulls on it, the yellow, the green, it looks super nice. Like, I just love how the teal seems to complement the yellow. Like, it actually doesn't look as bad as I thought it would. The yellow skulls glow in the dark. Most of the camo kind of glows to some degree, and it's just, it really is a vibe, this camo. Really pops out as well. So I think, again, this is another one for you graphical camo lovers. To get the Vehement Rage, you actually have to go into zombies and get 10 kills in 5 seconds 10 times with the MCW. For the next camo, we have the Gaggle camo. Now, the Gaggle camo is a white and pink looking camo with swans on it, and at first you would think, well, what's so special about this? It looks a little bit gross and a bit weird, but something I thought that was really cool about this, aside from the fact that the white and pink is very vibrant, bright, and bold, it's also that the little eyes on the swan, you'll notice in the dark, they actually glow. There's little red dots on the eyes. I don't know if you could see that. It looks super cool. I thought that was really unique, that there was a tiny little bit of detail there to the eyes that helps it glow, aside from obviously the pink and white standing out a lot. I think that is really clean. To get the Gaggle camo, you've got to get 10 operator double kills with the Bruin Mark 9. For the next camo, we have the Shuffle camo. This one is earned by getting 10 operator penetration kills with the Bruin Mark 9. So again, another Bruin Mark 9 challenge. Penetration kills just mean wall bangs, just shooting people through walls. And yeah, this is actually a super nice camo. This really really pops out. Again, it just has sharp colors. Everything just really complements one another. And whilst it doesn't actually glow in the dark, it does illuminate a little bit. The red definitely illuminates. And I think the gray and white on the barrel and on the main accent points of the weapon, it looks super clean. For the next camo, we have one of those glow in the dark fancy kind of camos that I didn't actually include in the first one. I think I probably just looked at it at first glance and thought it was kind of gross and didn't think it was worth unlocking, but it truly is a beautiful camo. This is the 80s Spheres. This is earned by getting 50 hipfire kills with the Riveter. So this is a really nice camo. Not only when you look at it does it have these really nice blue and pinks, it's kind of like global kind of patterns on a dark camo, but this thing glows in the dark. It's very retro-y, very kind of like synthwave looking, and it looks so cool. Like the blue-purple gradient on these accent points for the actual graphics looks super, super clean, and the fact that it glows in the dark, even better. Literally, I love this camo. I can't even believe I didn't include this in the first video. For the next camo, we have the Bone Shaker. This is another one of those skull camos, and at first you think, well, it's just a black and red camo. Nothing crazy about that thing, but I'm telling you now, there's definitely a shine to the red parts of the weapon. So the red skulls, just the general red on this camo shines a lot when you get in the right lighting. It pops, and also the red kind of is luminous again in the dark. There's something about it that just really pops out when you get into the dark, and I think if you like skull camos and you like the way this thing looks with the graphic art on it, you're gonna love this. To get this camo, the Bone Shaker, you've got to get 2 operator kills without dying 15 times with the DM56. Now onto the next one, we have the Incinerated camo. We're once again here with a skull camo, but this one is very different. As you can see, it's very, very bright. There's a lot going on here, like the orange. It looks very flamey and pink and purple and orange, and this thing actually again kind of glows in the dark. It has that illumination look, very Halloween style for people who like their Halloween kind of camos. The skeletons on it look really cool. To actually get this Incinerated camo, you've got to go into zombies and get 250 kills with the KV inhibitor. Next up, we have the Thanatos camo. That honestly sounds like a mix of Thanos and Anthony Fantano, that one music YouTuber. But anyway, yeah, this camo again is another skull camo. It's got like kind of what looks like aggravated skeletons that are kind of lit up in yellow, a bit kind of fiery and interesting. It's bold. It's one of those graphical kind of camos for you guys who like graphical camos. The yellow does actually kind of glow in the dark. It illuminates. It looks really clean. I think you guys will really like this one. To get this camo, you've got to go into zombies and you've got to get 250 kills in the medium or high threat zone with the KVD Enforcer. Okay, and now that takes us on to the next camo, and this one was actually suggested to me in that first video. A lot of people actually thought that I should have included this, and I'm surprised I didn't. It's one of the butterfly camos, and it's the Imago camo. The Imago camo at first looks like really nice because you've got the blue butterfly wing pattern on it, and then you've got the white that really complements it. But man, oh man, you get in game, and this thing is popping. I mean, the colors on this thing, just the accent points, and then the main parts of the weapon, they look so good together. Like, this thing is super, super clean, and I'm so sorry to everyone who really liked this camo and I didn't include it, because I myself agree that this is a beautiful butterfly camo, and I actually think it's probably the best one actually in that pack altogether. To get the Imago camo, you've got to get 10 operator kills while crouching or sliding with the Ram 9. For the next camo, we have the Destiny camo. This one at first is another one of those skeleton camos which kind of has a bit of graphical on it and a bit of pink. I'm telling you, this really pops out again. The graphics look really nice. The pink shines in the right lighting, and again, the pink overall just seems to kind of illuminate in the dark, and it looks super bold as well. And I think that there's something about these camos where they're not trying to glow, but they also illuminate. I think something about that is really quite nice, actually. I don't think it has to do an awful lot to look clean. To get this camo, you've actually got to go and get in zombies 250 kills with the MTZ Interceptor at rare or higher rarity. So obviously the rare ether tool that's blue, or anything higher than that, so a purple or a golden ether tool, stick that on your weapon and get your kills. For the next camo, number 30, we have the Skull Jumble. Another skeleton camo, I know, but this is also another one of those graphical skeletons that are in the same style as one of the ones we've just seen before, and it looks super cool. So the Skull Jumble is earned by getting 50 operator kills with the Ram 7, and I think it's definitely worth it because, again, One of those graphic camos that really pops out, looks really cool. The skeletons on the camo look really cool as well. It's just nice mix of colors and it glows in the dark. And I think this thing is super badass as well. For the next one, we've got Archfiend. Now, the Archfiend camo in the menu not only looks really nice, but also in game, it looks really nice. Another skull camo. Again, I know, it's crazy how many skull camos there is in this video that I didn't include in the first video, but they might not have even existed, some of these, to be fair. I mean, I don't even think the Moore Sniper was a thing in the first video, so it's kind of crazy how quick the year's gone by, I'm not gonna lie. This camo has a lot of red on it, a lot of pink, and it glows again in the dark. The skulls look really clean, and also, yeah, it just looks super nice. To get the Archfiend camo, you want to go in zombies and get 250 kills with the Holger 26. For the next camo, we have Radio Waves. Now, this Radio Waves camo is in one of those kind of wavelength camo packs that we saw in the first video, and I didn't actually include it at the time, probably because, again, I thought it looked gross or whatever the hell my reasoning was. But it's actually super cool, and it's got these really cool kind of green waves going down it, kind of like ripple effects, and it just looks super nice. And then on top of that, the main selling point with a lot of these wavelength camos is that they glow in the dark. And I mean, look at this thing. This is beautiful, especially the green. I know there's obviously orange on there that glows, but the green, man, looks so good. To get the Radio Waves camo, you actually want to get 250 point blank kills with the Renetti in zombies. For the next camo, we have the Heat Wave camo, and this is also in the wavelength pack, so I probably just ignored it in the first video. It's very red, it's very yellow, and it looks super cool, as well as it also glows in the dark. To get this Heat Wave camo, you've got to get 10 operator kills while using any scope attachment with the MTZ-762. And I mean, take a look at this thing. That is insane. The amount of glow on this weapon is insane. It looks so fucking cool. I definitely am mad at myself for not including that in the first video. Okay, so now we're on to the 34th camo. This is the Familiar camo, which is earned in zombies by getting 250 kills with the WSP Swarm. And this thing is actually from the Poison Frogs camo pack, and I didn't really include many of those at all, if any of them, in the first video. But when I looked at this one, something about it was different. The yellow to the red hue. The gradient looks so clean. It is a really nice gradient. And then on top of that, it glows in the dark. Look at that. That has got to be probably the best Poison Frogs camo I've seen in this game. I don't know about you guys, but I think this thing is absolutely insane. For the next camo, we've got the Amaranth Sands. I honestly don't like the name of that because it reminds me of the streamer Amaranth. You guys probably know who I'm on about. Hot Tub Loser. But yeah, Amaranth Sands. It's a very bold pink sand camo, and I love these glittery flats sand camo pack. It looks so clean. We went over a bunch of them in the first video, but my oh my, take a look at that. The pink just... And even in the dark, you can really see all the grains on it. I think there's just something about that that looks soothing to the eyes. If you guys like the nostalgic look of sand, you're gonna love the Amaranth Sands camo. Beautiful. 25 hipfire kills with the AMR-9. It's very simple. For the next camo, we have the Blue Sands camo. Again, this is another really nostalgic looking blue grainy sand camo. Very nice on the eyes. The grain especially seems to pop a lot in the dark. And man, I wasn't thinking of including that many sand camos from the first video after all the bold ones that I kind of got through, but when I looked at these ones, even though they weren't as bold and bright, they still look really good in game. Like, look at this thing. You can't tell me that's a bad camo. That is a really nice base camo. To get the Blue Sands camo, you've actually got to get 50 operator kills with the Lockwood 680 shotgun. For the next camo, we have the Sinew camo. This one, at first, I was really kind of debating whether to include it because it looked a bit washed out and a bit basic, but I kind of like it. There's something about this camo that's very mild. It's not overbearing. It's just a very mild, light pink. And again, like I said in the first video, if you really want to look like, you know, you're a goddamn Barbie or something, you want to rock that fucking pink, or, you know, you want to feel like you're living in a cotton candy gumball world, use this camo, because this really sells that whole cotton candy look. I don't know. It looks fluffy. I don't know. The pink in the dark especially just looks so clean, and it's very beautiful. To get the Sinew camo, you actually want to go into zombies and get 50 armored zombie kills with the Bryson 800. As a tip, because I did this yesterday, because by the way, for a lot of these camos, I'm going to say this in general, this video took quite a while to make, so please drop a like on this video if you're enjoying it, and leave a comment down below to help with the algorithm. Just let me know which camos you really like the most. But yeah, I've been spending a while making this video because I had to grind a lot of these camos that I didn't actually have yet, and I have to say, doing this the other day, the best way you're going to get those armored zombie kills is going in medium threat zones. Like, I'm telling you, like 1 in 3 or 1 in 4 zombies that spawn in front of you are going to be armored. For the next camo, we have the Weeping Camo, and this is again another one of those kind of bold, solid colors. It's blue, and it is beautiful. The cyan blue cannot go wrong on a weapon. Look at that. I mean, that is just bold, vivid, it's clean, and again, it kind of stands out a lot in the dark as well. You're not really going to see it looking bad in the dark or anywhere for that matter. To get the Weeping Camo, you've got to get, in zombies, 250 hit-fire kills with the X12, and the X12 is, of course, a Modern Warfare 2 pistol. For the next camo, we've got something for you guys who are a fan of the psychedelic camos like we had in the first one. We've got the Mystic Wither Camo. To get the Mystic Wither Camo, you want to go in zombies and get 10 disciple kills with the Ram 9, and I mean, look at that. That thing not only pops, has cool art, but it is also colorful and it glows in the dark. This thing is super, super neat, and I just think, again, the eyeball kind of style on that looks kind of creepy, but it fits for the whole spooky season that's coming up. So if you like Halloween kind of styled graphical arts, you're going to really like this one. Right, so now on to number 40, we have the Venom Prison. This is another one from the Butterfly Camo, and at first I was looking at that and thinking, is that really going to compete with the other one we just saw, the Imago Butterfly Camo? But my, it does. This one, as well as it's very simple and very basic, so if you like simplistic camos, you'll like this one. The pink actually glows in the dark. I mean, you could kind of tell from the base area on the camo selection tab, but you couldn't just see how much it glows. When you go in the actual game, the pink and purple glows, and I think this thing looks super, super cool. To actually get this camo for the Venom Prison, you actually want to get in zombies 5 mimic kills with the SOA Subverter. Now on to the next one, we have the Sunset Waves Camo. This is from the graphical pack, and this thing looks super, super nice. To get the Sunset Waves Camo, you want to get 50 operator kills with the BAL 27, and this is just a standard base camo, but I mean, look at it. It's like some video game style cartoony camo. You've got the blue, the yellow, the orange, and the red. It kind of like is in this sort of semi-rainbow kind of pattern, and it also has kind of little glittery stars on it and glows in the dark. Once again, really, really pops out. This thing is beautiful, and I mean, definitely worth it because it's a very simple camo to get. It's one of the first camos you will get on this weapon, so it's worth it 100%. For the next camo, we have the Simpler Times Camo, and this is very Van Gogh styled, as you can see. It's literally like that one Van Gogh painting. I think that was the point of it. It has the blue kind of painted sky with the little yellow suns all over it, and this thing really stands out. I mean, look at how creative that is for a base camo. It's like a painting camo, but it also pops, and it looks good. You'd think trying to make a painting into a camo would look a bit gross, but this thing really stands out. And I think as well, a nice thing about it is like it definitely kind of looks slightly luminous and really pops out in the dark as well. So the Simpler Times Camo is earned by getting 50 operator kills whilst aimed down sight with the BAL 27. For the next one, we have the Ethereal Revolution. This camo again is another one of those really cool camos that looks very similar to the one we just saw before, and this one is earned by getting in zombies 250 kills. So it's the very first camo you'll do in zombies for the BAL 27, and it's just the opposing colors to the one we saw before. It's red, it's blue, it's teal, it's got little stars on it, so again feels like a kind of video gamey style camo, and again it's going to glow in the dark as well, which looks super, super nice. I mean, literally take a look at those colors and how they complement one another. So now we are on to the last two camos. The first one we have is the Cold Snap Camo. This is from the Under the Microscope camo pack, and most of these camos at first I didn't even think they looked good, but when you get into game with the Cold Snap Camo, this thing is really simple and very clean. Like the blue and the white, it's very bright, it looks super neat. And to get this Cold Snap Camo, you've got to go in zombies and get 250 kills with Toxic Damage with the Rival 9. And Toxic Damage, by the way, of course, is that Brain Rot ammo mod, and I think it just looks fantastic. I mean, for a germ kind of camo that's based off literal microbes, I think it looks pretty damn cool. I didn't think it actually looked as gross as it did in the menu. And finally, for camo 45, we have Microbial. Like I say, another one from the Microscope, Under the Microscope kind of like camo pack, the germ camo pack. At first, you're looking at this and think that is hideous. green and pink with microbes on it. That is disgusting. What is wrong with you, Zavo? Why would you include that? Look at it in game. Think again. This thing glows. I don't care what anyone says. Glow in the dark looks awesome. And for this camo especially, it's really vivid. To get the microbial camo, you want to go in zombies and get 50 mercenary kills with the BP50. I mean, look at it. You either love it or you hate it, but my oh my, does it glow. But anyway, guys, so that is it for today's video. This is going to be a long one, so again, timestamps will be down below. But yeah, that is the top 45 base camos since part 1 that I think you guys should definitely try in MW3. If you guys did enjoy, like I say, this takes a lot of time to go and make these videos, so if you did enjoy, be sure to drop a like, especially if you want part 3. Leave a comment letting me know if you're hyped for part 3. Thank you as well for all of the support on the very first video. I did not expect it to do half as well as it did. I mean, 33,000 views on that video, and it was 6 months ago. Crazy. I mean, I am so happy with that video, and I didn't expect it to do as well. And obviously, I'm really hoping that you guys like these camos as well. Like I say, stay tuned for part 3, because they're going to be all, more or less, every single one of them, glowing, exotic, fancy camos, and some of them even move. So you've got to stay tuned for that one if you're really into those kind of camos. But with that being said, thank you again. Be sure to drop a like I say, leave a comment, let me know what you think. Check out all the links down below in the description. It's much appreciated. Hopefully you enjoy using these camos. And yeah, other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye, guys.